Hi, this video is brought to you by clickandclimb.com, your one-on-one help for math problems. In our last time we saw how to solve the single step linear equations by doing simple subtractions, and now we are going to see how to solve the single step linear equations by doing the simple multiplications. And the number one problem we take is a very simple problem. I have y over 4 equals 3. Now there are different ways to read this statement or the equation. I can read this as y over 4 equals 3, or I can also say that y divided by 4 equates 3. Both mean the same thing. Now when I read this one as y divided by 4 equals 3, here I get the hint how to solve this equation. I just need to revert this thing. What I am having in division can be reverted by doing the multiplication with the same thing, or I can say that I just have to divide it by its opposite. So let's us do it in this way. I will just multiply the each side by 4. So I have y over 4 multiplied by 4 equals 3 times 4. Here we are using the very basic rule of solving the equations, that is what we are multiplying on one side, or whatever operation we are doing on one side has to be done on the other side. So I have y over 4 times 4 equals 3 times 4. Now y times 4 and y divided by 4 cancel out each other and makes it only 1. So or 1 times y is only y. Now 3 times 4 is a 12. So the answer to the equation is y equals 12, or I can say that y equal 12 is the solution to the given linear equation. Let us take a few more examples. The second example we take is I have 1/3 of x equals -8. Now in the previous one I had y over 4, and this one I am having 1/3 of x. Both mean the same thing. And when I have 1/3 of x and I want only the x, what I would be doing is I would be multiplying the left side by 3, because 3 times 1/3 will make it 1, and what I do on one side will be done on the other side as well. So I have -8 times 3 on the right side of the equation. Now 3 times 1/3 of x is just x, and -8 times 3 is -24. So x equals -24 is the solution to the linear equation. Okay, let us take the third example, which says -2/3 of y equals 6. Now here, two things to just notice over here is that earlier two examples we had only the one with the numerator or with the variable, and this one I am having -2. And the other thing is that this one involves negative numbers like -2. So it's very simple. It is just what we need to do is just multiply by its opposite. So I have negative of 2/3. I would be multiplying this by its opposite, that is negative of 3 over 2. So what I do is I multiply negative of 2/3 times y will be multiplied by negative of 3 over 2, and what I multiply on one side will also be multiplied on the other side. So I have 6 times -3 over 2 on the other side. Now here I will just cross 2 with the 2 to get me 1, and the 3 with the 3 again to get me the 1. So 2 divides 2 to get 1. This becomes 1, this becomes 1, this also becomes 1. And I am dividing 2 by 2 and 3 by 3. That means the numerator is being divided by the denominator. And also now I am left with -1 times -1, which is a positive. So the answer is, so on the left side I am left with only positive y equals. Now here I can do the two things. I can first multiply 6 with the -3 to get -18 and then divide it by 2, or the better way is if I can first divide by 2. So 2 divided by 2 becomes 1, and 6 divided by 2 becomes 3. So I have 3 times negative of 2, 3 times negative of 3, that makes it -9. So the solution to the given linear equation is y equals -9. One more example will make the things more clear. Here I have x over 5 equals 2/3. Now on the other side, that is on the right side of the equation, I have a fraction. That's the only difference between the previous ones and this one. And the step is very simple. I just have to multiply the each side by 5. So I have x over 5 times 5 equals 2/3 times 5. Now x over 5 times 5 becomes only x, and in equal I have 2 times 5 over 3. Now I can see here that 5 cannot be divided by 3. So what I do, I just write 2 times 5, that would be a 10 over 3. So the answer to the given linear equation is x equals 10 over 3. Now here one thing we can notice is that 10 over 3 is an improper fraction. The fraction in which the numerator is greater than the denominator is an improper fraction. So this improper fraction can be turned into a mixed number. 10 divided by 3 gives me 3 as a whole number, 1 is the remainder, and we divided it by 3. That was the divisor. So x is either 3 and 1/3 or x is 10/3. For further help on maths, please visit clickandclimb.com. Thank you.